The city is decorated quite extensively. There are signages all over the city, but they haven't gone overboard like some other host cities do. So there's an element of being underplayed there. But Paris is ready to host the games, and the opening ceremony today will be a grand event. There are two different venues, as usual, the MPC, the main press center, and the International Broadcasting Center, which usually are next to each other. But out here, no new building has been constructed. So the MPC and the IBC are miles apart. And I think the seating capacity is a bit inadequate at the MPC. There might be a situation in the afternoons on certain days when you get up from your seat to get a cup of coffee, and by the time you come back, somebody else has occupied your seat. It can be a hilarious situation. I think the games are trying their best to reduce wastage of paper. That's why there are no results in pigeonholes I think you have to download the results from the websites. The info terminals have all been eliminated, so maybe an app is going to replace them. So the evolving technology has helped them with some of these things, but the seating capacity is still very tight. Indeed, that seems to be the obvious cause that the few viewing galleries that were originally announced have been scrapped. But there would be also obstacles in different parts of the city, road diversions, etc., which would be causing some problems for the locals. But I think the pride of hosting the games would override all these concerns, and the Parisians are going to love the games after the opening ceremony is over and some of these obstacles around the Seine River are removed. Of course, there would be a cultural extravaganza planned for the opening ceremony, which is going to be on the Seine River, and areas around them are now being cordoned off, and there will certainly be a new element of cultural display all across the city. The weather is good. It's moderately warm. I think the athletes are going to love it, and so would the spectators. Maybe it's slightly more on the warm side, but Parisians are loving it, so we have no reasons to complain. Well, the streets are not overwhelmed by crowds, but I'm no expert to assess how many people usually visit at this time of the year. Paris still remains crowded. There are tourists all over, and most of them could be Olympic families, supporters of athletes who will be coming in. The games are yet to begin, so got to wait and see how many of them come. Usually what happens is the normal tourists stay away from Olympic host cities because they expect a very big crowd there. And that also leads to overpricing of accommodation and other facilities much ahead of the games. And when the games approach, they realize they haven't really booked so many rooms, or so the prices on the flights and for the rooms go down. And that's what Paris is also experiencing, I think, now. The rooms that are not available for modest prices are now coming around. Surely there are some Indian fans we've run into who come specially to watch the games from different parts of the world. A girl's come in from New York. She wants to follow some of the Indian athletes whose tickets might still be available to her. And there are others coming in from different parts. Some would be families and supporters of athletes who are taking part. So there would be an Indian element in the spectator galleries. And then there are so many people of Indian origin living in France, and specifically even in Paris. So they would all be coming to watch the games featuring Indian teams and Indian athletes.